Hello, my name is SgtDitty, and I'm here today just to go over a few things that might help some people out in Project Ozone 2 that I've seen people having issues with in videos that I've figured out or seen in other videos that make things work a little bit better. First off, I'm going to make some lumium seeds because for some reason I don't have lumium seeds yet. And I'm gonna back up. This whole little setup over here I got from Ethos video with the timer for the TerraSteel, and what is that? Basically autofilling dropping the blacker lotuses into the mana pool so it never runs empty. It's set to basically keep it all the way full. Actually, I think it kicks on when it's like 3/4 of the way, full. It'll drop a blacker lotus. That way it doesn't like overfill. And this device, well, that's a comparator that goes to length on the redstone into a dropper into an open crate, and it splits down here. Two space on the redstone into a repeater set to 4 ticks, and back underneath the runic altar is a, what is that, a dispenser, I believe, that's got the wand in it. So when this thing puts out a signal of 2, it drops a living wood. Yes, there's some in there. And then 4 ticks later, the dispenser kicks the wand and it basically auto finishes. So I just kind of chill out back here, watch it, and I know I could get a better spreader, which would make this process go a lot faster, but I'm kind of lazy sometimes and didn't feel like reopening the portal to get some dreamwood because I didn't put recessive sparks or whatever over there. But this is almost done. Well, I lied. It's about half done. But man, I'm gonna have to figure out who made the video. I'll figure it out and put it in the description about this setup over here for the Gaia boss fights. Basically, these are bell thorns. They do damage to any kind of mob. Like freaking cows and chickens and pigs will spawn over here, and the bell thorns will kill them. So every time I walk through here, I just walked through just a minute ago while I started the video standing here. So I picked up all the freaking loot that was standing here. So basically, whenever he goes up and does his turning into a mob spawner dealy bob, freaking all the mobs are killed by these guys, unless he spawns, goes into his mob spawner mode in this area, then I have to kill him. And this guy here gives you a regeneration 3 effect, which you can see, regeneration 3, but it's only like a 2-block radius or something. So this is my little standing spot, and this guy here puts a basically invisible dome over you that mobs can't come within. Basically, they can't come within from the edge of that, the beacon's square there to me. So if he's floating right above me, dropping mobs on me, then they just float up there until they wiggle, and then they slide down into the Bellthorn's range and they all die. And I'm I'm using the full Draconic freaking armor with no knockback, so I can stand right here and basically get my regeneration 3, and I use the Thorn Chakrams. These things, they are a ranged weapon, but he takes damage from it. Not very much, but it's, you can stand still. You don't have to freaking chase him around like if you were using a sword. What did I just picked up a seed, but that must be the glitch. Okay. it does that sometimes where you get a, yeah, that's aluminum seed. You get a visual glitch that it's done, but it still shows the items on the runic altar. I think you got to break it to make it go away, or they'll just go away sometime. I don't really care right now. This dealy bob here I thought was pretty cool. All the portals, these two portals are framed by the Erebus portal, because you can make it any size or shape that you want. I thought that was pretty nifty. Obviously the fence gates are there for keep the zombie pigmen from coming in. Oh yeah. Basically, one of the things I wanted to show everybody was the Agricraft Farming Station added by Ender.io add-ons. And these modules, you got different modules, obviously. You got a breeding module that's going to upgrade your seeds. A seed harvesting module, if you don't have that, it won't harvest the seeds. They'll just stay there, kind of like they are right now. They'll just stay there, and it'll try to harvest them. But if you have this in there, then it's not going to harvest them, but it's also not going to harvest the seeds, or, you know, harvest the crop, whatever you're trying to grow, the essence. The seed analyzer, obviously you want to be able to analyze your seeds, so you build a seed analyzer. Harvest unanalyzed seeds. It won't harvest unanalyzed seeds unless you have this module, and then it analyzes them. And then there's another one here, plant upgrade module. Obviously, we kind of went over that. And I don't know if I need the breeding module if I have this module, but I've always made it and it works, so why not? And seed sorting, basically, if you have a 111 and you have a 222, it sorts out the 111 and throws it in the output bin. So it'll show up in the output, and output's empty, obviously, because it's going into this chest down here. But basically what you do is you take your seed, aluminum seed, unanalyzed, throw it in there. Actually, I should clear out the plot real quick. And, wow, that's kind of loud. But, actually, I'm going to fix that real quick because this next part's going to be really dang loud. Sound settings. I'm just going to turn the whole thing down. Okay. But basically, you come back into the good old Agricraft Farming Station. The seed should already be in there. I think I put it in there. Yeah, it's in there. You just hit the power button, and it goes to town. Oh, I gotta turn on my sprinklers. Oh, I left them on earlier. Okay. So basically this thing is just gonna, well, it's a 111, so it's gonna take a minute, but the sprinkler, yeah, they were on. Why is it? It's really taking a long time. Okay, well, you get the point. But basically, and I seen on Wilix's playthrough, he played through, or did most of the way playthrough on Titan mode, and he had issues with this. And as you can see, this dirt is raised up one block above everything else, except for like these chests, the trash can. These drawers are on the same level. That drawer's on the same level. This basically anything that's on the same level, no matter what it is, this log, it is going to look at this log and it's going to say, oh, there's a block there. And it's going to try to till it, and it's going to try to put a crop sticks on it. It does not matter if there's a block on top of it. It doesn't matter if it's bedrock. It doesn't care. It is going to try to till and crop stick and plant a freaking crop on every block within its range. Here, hold on. Let me go get a piece of dirt. Actually, I got this thing now. Get a piece of dirt. Dirt. All right. Grab some dirt. Oh, oops, wrong button. Grab some dirt. Put some dirt right here. Don't make a fool out of me. That's still not high enough. Oh, there it goes. See, it searches. its range, which I have an octadic capacitor in it, so its range is 19 by 19. So every block in a 19 by 19 radius, it's going to try to plant something on. It's trying to plant something on this pipe right now, but it obviously can't. So if you want this thing to be like as fast as freaking Minecraft possible, set it up so that this is at the center of a 19 by 19, and the only blocks in that 19 by 19 that are at its its harvesting level are the dirt you want it to harvest. Like Wilx, when he was doing it, he was in the frozen world, and he had his dirt the same level as the snow. So he had a 3x3 with the Agricraft, with the Agricraft Farming Station, with an octadic capacitor in it, and it was it was slow, like uber slow. And right now, this is doing pretty good. Let's see what the seeds are at. 323. If you have this thing set up where your 3x3 plot is the only thing within its 19 by 19 radius, you can easily get to a 10-10-10 in 10 minutes. And if I had more sprinklers, or I was using an imaginary time block, actually I've set up an imaginary time block on this, and every plant in the 3x3 is fully grown before it takes the next step. Like it's faster than they grow faster than the machine can harvest them. So wasting the energy and the lag on that, it isn't really worth it. One other thing, right now I have my item dislocator that I got from a reward bag from Draconic Evolutions, and it is picking up XP from somewhere. And I'm not physically picking up the XP ball. What I think it is I killed a spider down below. They just randomly spawned down below here, and I think it's trying to pick it up. And I don't know why it does that, but it does. Kind of a glitch. Like, just before I started this video, when I noticed that XP was sitting there, I was at like 10 levels. Now I'm at 101 levels. And it should do it over here too. Yeah, see, it's doing it here too. There's XP on the other side of that freaking item hopper, vacuum hopper. And I could stand here all day and pick up freaking 10,000 levels. It just keeps going on and on and on forever. But that's beside the point. Oh, now I'm picking up freaking trash. Whatever. But, what else was I going to show you? Oh, yeah. To build this thing and to build its upgrades, let's look at Ender.io add-ons real quick. Ender.io add-ons. To build this thing, where is it? I'm thinking, no. Well, whatever. It needs these things. It needs a farming base module to make the Ender.io add-ons farming machine. And you need these capacitor lined housings. To get these, you need the organic capacitor gel, and you need the organic capacitor shells. So that means, well, where does that come from? That comes from the capacitor seed. The capacitor seed gives out all these things. Which one is it? This one here doesn't have any use in the game, so you can just void those. The other ones, here, we can go visit my little farm. Kryllyk was having issues with crop output from the capacitor seeds, and once again I got this. Oh, I killed some idiots through the thing. Basically what I do to set this up, because the seeds have to be planted, you know, with the Agricraft, you got the block below kind of thing. The block below has to be bedrock. The block they're planted on has to be a basic capacitor, and there has to be 6 dark iron bars around it. And it has to be a... Oh, this crap. Just shut up. Okay, that should be okay for a minute. But, it has to be a low light level. Well, it has to be a light level above 13, but there can be no sunlight. There's no sunlight here, so that's fine. And these powered lights, well, a 3x3 sprinkler centered on the center of a 7x7 with a 10 upgrade in the harvester gives you a 7x7 thing, and you have to have the spaces down the middle, so you can run 28 freaking capacitor plants, and then at the, one out from the corner diagonally, you put the lights, and that should give you exactly 13 light level right here. Well, it says 15 because we're looking at the top of the sticks. If you look down here, what does that say? 14. What does it say on this side? Well, it still says 14, but sometimes it depends on how I set it up. I think sometimes I set the sprinkler system and the lights one higher or one lower, and because I've started playthroughs on this and then not given up, but decided I did something wrong and started over, or the world just got too stupid or something. So I've built this system a few different times, and oh, come on. Basically, to begin with, to build the Agricraft Farming Station, I collect as many of these as I can because you need a lot. You need like 10 or 15 stacks at least of each type. The shells and the gel, and after that, you don't need it for nothing. If the core had a recipe, then you could take these shells and gels and build capacitors. And then with these, these capacitors obviously get collected, and they're all empty because they're going through the ender chest. And the ender chest, let's go back home real quick. I love this thing, the advanced dislocator. Obviously, I'm working on redoing my storage, and I got the AE system set up, and it's not connected to this controller, so I'm moving the stuff that I need on a regular basis down there as I need it. But octadic capacitors, 15,000? Yeah, 15,000. Like, after like 2 or 3 days, I run this on my own computer, so I AFK. It's basically running all day, every day. I really should change this world out with the world I have on a server that I had with my son that I'm still paying for. That one of us, well, he gets on there like once a month and plays with it. So I think I might put this world on there just so I don't have to AFK my computer freaking 24/7 to get my resources going. But like, these things, the alloys, basic alloy, I think it's called. These are enriched alloy. Takes a vibrant capacitor, or not a vibrant capacitor, an octadic capacitor for each one in the metallurgic infuser to make that alloy. Well, if you're over here, obviously I'm a little further in the game, but if you want to make the neutronium compressor, that's not the right one. It's the neutron collector, which is this one. The neutron collector takes a solar neutron activator. Well, it takes these. These take those. These are these. So that's 4 stacks, right? 2 stacks right there. Then you got these. That's another 2 stacks. So if you want to make a stack of these, you need like, I think it's 6 stacks, if I remember correctly. So, who in their right mind is going to wander over here to Mr. QED and freaking make 6 stacks of octadic capacitors? I think that's one of the big things that's adding to the grind if you don't automate the capacitor seeds. Like, you have to QED all of those capacitors. If you have it automated and you don't have to do a 7x7. I mean, you could do a 3x3 and still get a decent amount. You don't really need 15,000. And right now, I don't need 15,000 anyway because they have an EMC value. But I could just walk over there, grab 6 stacks, throw it in the machine, get my freaking enriched alloys out, and go to town. On that note, before I had EMC and before I had, the what's it called, the mechanism stuff rolling. Oh, okay. I guess that's an issue. Ooh, yeah, that is an issue. I've been losing my things. I've been making these crystallized redstone for one of the extreme recipes I'm working on. This Dealy Bob here is good old vibrant capacitor bank times, well, it's a stack. It took me like 3 minutes to make this because I can just go pull a freaking stack of octadics, a stack of freaking double layer, and what is it, I think 4 stacks of basics to make a stack of vibrant. Like, I would have probably stopped playing if it got to the point where I had to make a stack of, well, a stack's not bad. 6 stacks at a QED, that's not happening. Oh, another thing I tested, and I don't know if this is in a recent update, but if you take, that's the lily pad of fertility, right? Totally most awesome thing ever. Unless you're in Kappa mode, and, are these 10, 10, 10? These are 10, 10, 10. Let's stand here for a minute. We'll come back. I think you're getting the point already. I think they disabled the lily pad of fertility because I have my farm. What are these at? Yeah, these are already 10, 10, 10. And I've probably been away for more than 10 minutes, but you get the point. Like, this thing, you don't have to stand here for 45 minutes 10, 10, 10ing this stuff by yourself, or not 10, 10ing things that you really could be using instead of whatever. Oh, I just got more levels. But I had torn all this out, put freaking cobblestone underneath, put water down, and like 2 stacks of, what's it called, the lily pad of fertility, and removed all this altogether. Like, it was all gone. Like, I didn't just remove the water sources and leave them up there just for testing, like I should have. And like 45 minutes later, half of the crops were still at freaking 0% mature. Ooh, that's right. There was one more thing I wanted to. These powered spawners I seen on Krylyk's last couple of episodes. He was making the AE stuff that needed the inventory panel, that needed the witch and a soul vial. Well, this one here is zombies. There's 65 right there. If you click this button, standard mode, we don't want zombies. If standard, when you just plug this thing into power, this here says spawn, here's your arrow. You click the arrow, you put a freaking, here, I'll show you. I like this thing, but sometimes it's a pain. I think I need to chunk load it, because sometimes when I go to other dimensions, I can only access it for like the first 2 minutes or something that I'm in that world. Okay, you take a stack of soul vials, and I always hit the E button, and it always tries to add an E to my search. You take your soul vials, you plop them in there, you turn this thing on, and as you can see, it is spawning a zombie into the soul vial, and it's dumping the soul vials into here. So now I'll have 2 stacks plus 1 of zombies in soul vials for the Frankenstein or Frankenzombie controller, whatever they call it. And there goes more freaking experience. Experience and items that you haven't touched yet must not despawn, because I killed this guy literally like 15 game days ago, and his XP has to be still around here somewhere, or else it wouldn't be dinging like that. And I usually don't care, but it's just really weird and annoying that every time I walk by there... Where in the... There's XP. There's an XP source somewhere that I'm picking up, that I'm not picking up, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't mind the glitch. Glitch away. I can use an extra 152 freaking levels whenever. But, yeah, so for that purpose, down here, I really need to resort this out, but what's this one? This one switches. Anytime I need a freaking inventory panel or something that requires the sentient ender, I believe it is, that needs the witch and a soul vial. Wow, there it is. I just come grab one and it refills. The zombie ones, you usually need, you know, more than one Franken zombie at a time, so that's why I got that running into a box. This one here, Enderman, sometimes you need those, not so much, so I don't have a freaking drawer under that one. And I've got this chest here with the experience obelisk up there, and so it plumbs the stuff in automatically, basically. Z-Logic controller, and I don't have a zombie soul on me anymore. But basically, you throw one of those in there. I might have a zombie in here. Nope. But I can go grab one real quick, and obviously down here, oh, there goes another freaking spider. They did spawn up there right by that reactor. I think it has... it didn't happen until I built the reactor, so I think it has something to do with the reactor. The multi-block, just... I don't know. For a while I was having issues with zombies somewhere. I can't remember where the zombies were, but they would just randomly show up somewhere. And I've seen on... Is that guy still up there? I hear him. Where are you? There you are. But I've seen it in everybody's streams. Now I got the string bouncing off me. Or everybody's streams or, you know, YouTube videos. They'll yeah, the XP automatically fills in by itself, and I now need to... This is annoying. Sometimes I hate the magnet. I love it, but I hate it. And then, that should take care of that for now. This was an experiment trying to get stuff out of ME drive storage into separated. And then this is making singularities. And this is an attempt... Well, this works. I mean, right now I'm trying to make 45 of each singularity, and a power level of 1 goes up to 146. So I want more than 1 because power level of 1 goes from 1 to 146. So it'll automatically stop itself when it reaches 147. And right now I don't even think I'm feeding anything into it. No. I think... Yeah, I think that covers it for right now. There will be more videos to come. I'm not sure when, and it might be streams. Actually, it's most likely going to be streams because I don't want to edit stuff. And I'm probably not going to edit this one unless it ends up being uber long, which I don't have a timer up there, but it's most likely going to be streams that I'll render up and send to YouTube. But okay, I think that's it, and I'll be back. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.